Awesome. Welcome to our Flexible Fridays, Friday Deep Stretch. This is Katie. Just a reminder, listen to your bodies, drink some water, keep it nearby if you need it, and feel free to ask for adaptations or further clarification on exercises. We'll go ahead and start on our mat, and we'll just be finding ourselves in a neutral standing position. Feet are going to be under our hips, and we're going to place hands on our hips. Keep our feet stationary, and we're just going to draw nice big circles with our torso and waist. So I'm going to push my hips forward, pull them around to the left, to the wall behind me, and to the right. Just stirring the pot, getting some joints moving. Starting to get the breath going as well, taking those big inhales through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Good. Let's go ahead and switch the direction of that circle. So take it over to the right now. Might be feeling some pops and cracks and joints waking up. I sure am. Good. Keeping the breath going. Just a few more. Couple more breaths here. And let's go ahead and pause back in that neutral position in the middle. We'll let our arms fall down by our sides. We're gonna go for some big arm circles, nice and slow. So I'm gonna take both arms, reach them out in front of me, up towards the ceiling, behind me, and back down. Just as big as I can go with my arm circles, and nice and slow. Inhaling as I raise my arms, exhale as you let them fall. We can start to give our necks just a little left to right. Just getting it moving, whatever feels comfortable. And let's switch the direction of those circles. So now I'm pushing my arms forward. Just mobilizing that shoulder. It is a ball socket joint, so it has lots of ranges of motion. Breathing in, breathing out. We'll go 3, 2, and 1. Let's let those arms fall back at our sides. Shake out the shoulders a little bit if we need to. Let's go ahead and step our feet out nice and wide. So I'm taking my feet outside of my hips and shoulders. I'm going to point my toes slightly outward and forward. I'm going to lower my hips just a little bit and take a slight bend in the knees. So I'm kind of a wide squat position. And I'm just going to gently shift my weight over to the left side, back to the center, and over to the right. Just a nice soft inner thigh stretch, keeping my feet stationary. So in that squat position, shifting left to right. Good. Big breaths in, big breaths out. Good, just a few more breaths here. Go 3, 2, 1. Let's step our feet back underneath us here. We'll go ahead and get our arms down by our sides, neutral position. Let's step our right foot out in front of us. Heels down in the ground, toes are going to be pointing up. So my right leg is straightened. I'm going to take my fingertips and slowly trace them down the sides of that right leg. So coming into a hamstring stretch here. Just reaching as far as we can here, as far as comfortable. And we want to feel a nice stretch along the entire back side of the right leg. And we'll come up and repeat that scooping motion. Good. Couple more breaths here. And let's step that right foot back underneath our hips. And now we'll switch legs. So we'll step the left foot out in front of us, just a normal steps width away. Heels down in the floor, toes pointed up to the ceiling. Taking those arms, fingertips, slowly tracing down that left leg towards our foot. Coming back up to standing and repeat. Nice stretch along the entire back side of the leg. Couple more breaths. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's step both feet back underneath us. Shake out the hips, shake out the shoulders if we need to. Grab a drink of water if we need. Let's go ahead and step our left foot out in front of us. A normal steps width away. Toes are facing forward. I'm going to step my right foot back 2 steps behind me. So I come into a long standing lunge position. Left toes are facing directly ahead, 12 o'clock. My back toes, my right toes, foot are slightly pointed out to the right, but still facing mostly forward. If my hips are open to the right, let's try to turn them so that they're also facing 12 o'clock. Hips, torso, shoulders, nose. And let's just sit in this lunge position for a second here. We can shift our weight into that front foot, shift it on the back foot, straightening the knee out. Just get a nice soft stretch here in this standing lunge position. Adding a little bit of movement. Always feel free to use a wall or a chair if we need a little support. Not only is this a stretch, but it is also a bit of balance. Good. On our next breath, let's lower our left elbow down to the top of our left thigh or knee. And open our chest up to the right. We're still in this lunge position. From here, let's extend our right arm up towards the ceiling, over our ear, reaching towards the wall in front of us.
Hey, are you hearing music or something?
Okay, get a little feedback.
Yeah, like a little, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and mute some folks. We'll stay in that stretch just a couple more breaths. Good. Last breath here. As we're reaching towards the wall, let's exhale. Bring our right arm back towards our body. Slowly raise ourselves up off of that left thigh. And let's step the feet back together. And let's go ahead and switch out our legs. So I'm going to step my right foot forward now, just a normal steps width ahead of me. Left foot's going to go back 2 steps. Right toes are pointing towards 12 o'clock. Left toes are pointing slightly outward to the left. Lunge position here. Option to keep our hands on our hips, or we can raise them to the sky. They can come out to our sides. Whatever we prefer here. This is more of a stretch for our legs.
So, Katie,
yes.
Do you want our heel up on the back foot, and is our back foot straight?
Back foot, we want to keep, if you can get your heel down, we can do that. Heel up is optional if you don't have quite that bit of range. And I don't want your back foot straight. I want it pointed slightly out into the left.
No. Is the back knee straight?
Oh, back knee is straight, yes. If we have that range.
Yep.
Great, so we're in that lunge position now. We'll just hold it here. Again, we can rock our weight into that front foot. On our next breath, let's slowly lower the right elbow to the top of the right thigh or right knee. So kind of resting it there, extending our left arm up overhead, and then pulling it over our ear. And now it is pointing also towards 12 o'clock. Stretching the left side of the body and really reaching towards that wall that's in front of us. And focus on your breath here. Sometimes when we put our body in these positions where you got to have a little balance and core engagement, you'll want to hold your breath. Let's see if we can breathe through it. Let's go 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that left arm back down. Slowly raise our torsos back up and step our feet back together under our hips. Lovely. Let's take a nice wide stance again, like we did during our warm-up. So stepping my feet wider than my hips and shoulders and pointing my toes slightly outward. From here, I'm just going to slowly reach both hands down towards my mat. It's kind of a wide forward fold. If we don't want to have our legs wide, we can also keep our feet under our hips and just reach down towards our feet in a normal folded forward fold position. And feel free to just let your head hang. You can shake your head no, you can nod your head yes. Just kind of releasing the back and the neck and shoulders, just letting them kind of hang out while we stretch the back of the leg. Deep breaths in through the nose. Deep breaths out through the mouth. And this is one of those stretches that if you practice, you might start and your hands can't reach the ground, and then in a couple months, you might have your whole hand on the ground. It's all about building flexibility in the body. Couple more breaths here. Good. If you were in that wide forward fold, go ahead and step your feet back under your hips. If you were in a regular forward fold, stay where you're at. Let's slowly walk our hands away from our feet. Walk our feet back so we're coming to a high plank position. From here, we'll slowly reach our hips up towards the ceiling, shifting our weight back, coming into a down dog, or we can also do a dolphin pose, which is legs extended like a down dog, but we're down on our forearms, or we can lower our knees down to the mat, keep our hips up towards the ceiling, and arms reached out in front of us for a puppy pose. So, finding one of those options there that feels good. If you're in any of those positions, we want to make sure you're engaging the shoulders, so we're pushing away from our palms or pushing away from our elbows.
Katie, if we're in the dolphin pose, are our heels supposed to touch the ground?
Some of us might, some of us might not. So you can pedal your heels if you need to.
Okay. Yeah, downward dog is easy, but the dolphin, I'm not sure my heels. Oh, yes, they will. Yes, they will. Whew. Good stretch. Oh, thank you.
Yep. Good. A couple more breaths here. We can also just hold a forward fold if we're not coming down to the mat yet. Good. Let's slowly lower ourselves down all the way to the mat. So knees come down to the mat. Let's keep our palms down as well. So we're in that tabletop position. And we're just gonna roll through some cat-cows. So knees are under my hips. My wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked. From here, I'm gonna take a big inhale. I'm gonna tilt my hips up, arch my back, point my nose up to the ceiling. And I'm gonna exhale, push the hips forward, rounding the back, pointing the nose down towards our mat. And we'll repeat, but using that same breath pattern. Inhale as we cow. Exhale as we cat. And just really want you to focus on the tilting of the pelvis and how we're tilting our hips in this motion. Feeling all those points where your hips attach in your body, how they're getting stretched in both directions. Good. A few more breaths here. When we're arching, when we're in that cat, really trying to push away from our palms, separate the shoulder blades, get a little stretch in there as well. Last one here. Let's go ahead and keep our hands where they're at. And let's shift our hips back to meet our heels in a child's pose. Reach those arms, extend them long out in front of you. Shoulders are on either side of our ears. You can bring your head down to the mat to rest it if you like, or keep it engaged between the shoulders. There's plenty of ways to make a child's pose feel better if you need to support under your hips, or if you need to do it from a seated position, like sitting in a chair and reaching out towards like a table, reaching your arms on a table. Just wanting to create that space between shoulders and hips. Let's walk our fingers and hands over to the left side of our mat. And let's push our right hip away from our left hand. Taking those big breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. We're feeling the body release as we hold this position. Let's walk our hands back to center, and then we'll walk them over to the right side of our mat. A few more deep breaths here. Good. Let's walk our hands back to center. Let's slowly raise ourselves up to tabletop and slowly lower ourselves down completely onto the mat. So now we're lying belly down on the mat. Our legs and arms are down and extended. From here, let's go ahead and stack our hands one over the other, and we can rest our forehead on our hands as our legs are just extended long behind us. Let's go ahead and just rock side to side with our hips. Left to right, just rolling our hips on the mat like we're a happy dog wagging our tail. Let's go ahead and bring our right heel towards our right glute, stretching the front of the quad, bending at the knee. Option to reach for your right ankle with your right hand and hold the stretch, or we can just leave it where it's at, not using our arms or hands to manipulate. Or if you have a yoga belt or strap nearby, you can also use that to reach for your foot and manipulate the stretch. You're really feeling that stretch in the front of our right leg, our right quadriceps. And let's just hold and breathe. Always the option to move your ankle around, do circles or pointing the toes and flexing the foot. Good. Let's release that right leg. Let it fall back down to the mat, and let's shake out our hips again. So shifting them left to right, just rolling them on the mat. Let's go ahead and pause our hip shakes. We're going to go back to that right leg. We're going to bend at the knee and pull our knee up towards our right hip. So right hip up towards right knee. We're staying in this lying position, but now my right knee is bent at about a 90-degree angle out to my right side. We might not get all the way to 90. We might have a little less range than that. That's okay. But call this the rock climber stretch. And we can always keep resting our forehead on our mat or on our hands. But we're getting a stretch in that outer right hip and inner right thigh. Feel your body here. Is it trying to guard somewhere? Is your left glute tightening up as we're in this stretch? Can we release it? With each exhale, just trying to sink deeper into the floor, deeper into your mat. Good. Just a few more breaths. On this next exhale, let's release the stretch. Bring that right leg back down behind us to meet the left. And let's roll out, shake out the hips once again, just getting that reset before we move on to the left side. Good. Let's pause those hip rocks. Take a nice inhale through the nose, bending the left knee and bringing left heel towards our left glute. And staying there, or option to take the left hand, find the left ankle and pull it closer to your glute to manipulate the stretch. Entirely optional. We never want to force our body into anything that's uncomfortable. Take those deep breaths. Just try to relax, melt into the mat as we stretch the left quad. And just notice things about your body. Is there somewhere that's sore? Is your quad sore? Why could it be sore? Good. Just a couple more breaths here as we feel the body stop guarding and start to release. Good. Let's go ahead and release that left leg back down. Rock out our hips, shaking them left to right, and rolling them out on the mat. Just a couple breaths as we reset. And let's go ahead and pause and repeat that rock climber stretch on the left side. So I'm bending my left knee, pulling it up towards my left hip, having a slight angle in that leg that's out now to the side of my body on the left side. My head and hands are still folded and resting in front of me, just stretching that left hip out.
Katie, can you explain that a different way?
Yes, so from the lying on our belly position, we want to pull the left knee, so left leg out to the left side while we're still lying down.
So
And
are
then just,
we on the side of our knee?
yeah, so the inner part of your knee is on the ground still.
And the ankle.
Yep.
And is it like at a 90 degree, your foot is 90 degrees to the left?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And it might not be entirely 90. I'll have different ranges. I can't get quite to 90 on my left side, but I can on my right. Just taking those deep breaths, feeling your belly and lungs expand on the mat. Few more breaths. In 3, 2, 1. Let's release that leg down to bring it back to our right leg. Shake out the hips one more time. And let's slowly bring ourselves, we'll stay down on the mat, but we'll roll ourselves over onto our backs now. And we can keep our legs extended long, out away from us, arms down by our sides, just in a neutral lying position, but we are on our backs. Good. All right, once we're comfortable and we've tucked our pelvis, made sure we're nice and flat on our mat, let's go ahead and flex the right foot and slowly raise it up towards the ceiling. And go ahead and take those arms and grab the back side of our right leg, the hamstring or behind the knee. And we can leave our leg extended if that feels good, or we can bend the knee and hug the knee into our chest. So a couple options here, but we're stretching out that hamstring. And once again, always the option to mobilize and move that ankle if it feels good. So drawing circles with our toes to the right or to the left, pointing the toes and pulling them in towards our shin. Make sure we're still breathing, expanding the lungs. If you were in the extended leg position, go ahead and bend at the knee now, and let's hug. Let's take both arms and hug our right knee into our chest. And let's slowly pull it just slightly outside of our right hip. Good. Keep breathing here. Let's go ahead and extend the leg back up towards the ceiling and slowly lower it across our body over to the left side. Keeping our left hip planted. Just kind of a lying twist here. And our right knee might come all the way down to the ground, or that might be uncomfortable. So we can use a pillow or our arm and support. But just feeling a little twist. And once again, just noticing, is your body guarding anywhere? Is your left glute squeezing to try to prevent you from twisting? Can we release it? Good. Last couple breaths here. Let's go ahead and raise that right leg, rolling back completely onto our backs, right leg up to the ceiling. And let's lower it back down to the mat to meet our left leg. And let's repeat on that left side. So I'm going to tuck my pelvis, engage my core as I raise my left leg up towards the ceiling, flexing the left foot, so pulling the toes towards me, towards my face, and either holding the leg up or using our arms to support on the back of our leg or by under our knee, and holding the leg straight up towards the ceiling or bending at the knee and hugging the knee into our chest. Feel free to add that ankle movement, drawing circles, pointing and pulling the toes. If your leg was extended, let's go ahead and bend the knee and use both arms and hands to hug the left knee into our chest now. And we'll gently pull it just slightly outside of our left hip. Good, deep breaths. Trying to relax, melt into the mat. Let's go ahead and extend the left leg back up towards the ceiling. Let's slowly let it cross over our body and lower down over to the right side. Once again, either all the way until our left knee meets the floor or another sort of support or object. Once again, notice for that guarding, that tension anywhere in your body. Really focus on it. See how you can release it with your breath. Couple more breaths here. On our next inhale, let's raise that left leg back up towards the ceiling and lower it down to meet our right leg. And now we're back in that neutral lying position on our backs. Let's go ahead and bring our knees in to our chest and give them a big hug. So I have both knees in my chest. I'm wrapping my arms around them and hugging them in close. Let's go ahead and add a little rock left to right, just massaging, rolling out that lower back. Let's make some circular motions to the right. Let's switch directions to the left. And on our next exhale, let's go ahead and release. Let the legs back out. And lying position. Let's slowly raise ourselves up one vertebrae at a time to come to a seated position. So we're seated on the mat. I'm going to extend my legs out in front of me, long. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and widen my feet out. So now my feet are outside of my hips, nice and wide. I'm going to flex my feet. So toes pointed up to the ceiling, heels down. And I'm going to take a big inhale, raising the chest, and exhale. I'm going to slowly lower my torso, head, neck, and shoulders down. And I'm going to reach my arms out in front of me between my legs. A nice wide forward fold here. Let's go ahead and gently walk our fingers and hands over towards the left, towards my left foot or ankle or shin. Feeling a nice stretch along the right side of your body, right back, mid back, lower back. Our hamstrings should be feeling a little bit more released than they were when we started. A few more big breaths here. See how much air we can get into our lungs. Oxygen in the muscles. Let's go ahead and walk our hands, fingertips back to the center. Take just a couple breaths. And now let's walk them over towards our right foot, ankle, or shin. Now feeling that stretch along the left side of the body, the mid and lower back. deep breaths in. Let's go ahead and walk our hands back to the center. Slowly walk them back towards us as we bring our torso back up to a seated position. Let's bring the feet and legs back together. So they're still extended out in front of us. And now they're together. Let's go ahead and bring our right foot, right knee, we'll hug it in closer to our chest. An option to stay here, or we can step that right foot over our left knee, keeping it flat on the ground and hugging the knee in towards our chest. We're going to use our left arm to hug it in, and we're going to twist just very gently our chest and shoulders over to the right. So feeling a nice stretch in the right glute. Feeling that release in the glutes. And trying not to hold tension anywhere. Trying not to squeeze your knee too hard. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Go ahead and step that foot back over and extend the right leg long again, resetting the hips. And let's go ahead and pull our left knee in towards our torso, keeping the foot flat, staying here, hugging into the chest, or stepping our left foot over our right knee, using the right arm to hug the left knee into the chest, and gently, slowly turning our shoulders and chest to the left. Feeling the stretch in that left glute. And I can use my left arm as a support behind me, or I can hug my knee with it. Taking those nice deep breaths, just a few more here as we get that release in the left glute. go ahead and step the foot back over and extend the left leg long again to meet our right leg. Now, let's go ahead and bring both knees up, both feet flat on the mat. And let's let our knees fall out to the sides as we bring the soles of our feet together in a butterfly pose. I can use my hands to hold onto my feet or to rest on my knees, but wanting to feel that stretch in our inner thighs on the right and left side. And there's lots of different ranges here. We can have our feet further away from us if we need a little less intensive a stretch. We can pull the heels nice and close to our torso if we need more stretch. But also pay attention here. How's our posture? Are we really rounded in this position? Are we able to bring our chest up, roll our shoulders back and down, and keep our head neutral? Let's take a few deep breaths here. Just a couple more breaths. Feeling that release in the hips and your thighs. On our next exhale, we're going to keep the soles of our feet together, and we're slowly going to lower ourselves back to a lying position on the mat. So lying on our backs, but keeping our knees out wide in that butterfly. And using support if we need. We can also stay in the seated butterfly, that's entirely optional. Or we can take that lying butterfly. We can put supports under our knees if we need, or just let them hang. Last little hip opener here as we close out with our box breathing and that final reset for the day. So find that comfortable, either seated or lying position. Let's go ahead and start our box breathing. We're going to take a big inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. 2, 3, 4. Let's hold our breath at the top. 2, 3, 4. And big exhale through our mouth. All of our air. 2, 3, 4. We'll start again in through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Holding. 2, 3, 4. And big exhale. 2, 3, 4. For these last 2 rounds, I want you to place your left or your right hand on your stomach and see if you can move that hand with your breath. So big inhale. 2, 3, 4. Holding at the top. 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. Last round here for our reset. Big inhale. 2, 3, 4. Holding. 2, 3, 4. And exhale all of that air out of your lungs, out of your belly. 2, 3, and 4. Let's go ahead and bring the knees back together. Slowly roll ourselves back up to seated if we decided to lay. take our right hand and pat our left shoulder, thanking ourselves and our body for a wonderful stretch today. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week.